Hi, I'm Sherry and welcome to The Eyes Have It. Today I'm reviewing a very popular under eye concealer, and that is Erase Paste by Benefit. The color that I chose was number 1, Fair. I always like to go a half a shade or a shade up from my skin tone for my under eyes because I have under eye circles. The size of this jar, it says 4.4 grams and 0.15 ounces. Well, that doesn't sound like much, but I mean, this stuff is powerful, very potent, so you don't need to use much. I barely look like I've been in my jar, and I've used it a good bit. So here's the important thing to know about Erase Paste. It's very, very thick. Now, any other under eye concealer I use, I would put straight onto my face. The Mally that I use all the time, almost all the time, unless I feel like my circles are really bad, and then I use this. Most of the other things that I have used in the past, I apply them right on to my skin. This I don't. It is so thick that what I do is I take a little on my fingertip, I just tap in, get a little on my fingertip, and then I either rub my two fingers together or I go tap, 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 tap. Because what this needs is a little bit of body heat to, to just break it down a little bit so that it's not so thick. So after I've tapped it or rubbed it around just a couple times, then I'll go ahead and apply it. And I tap it really, really lightly and then spread it on. Now, I don't have a mirror, so I'm looking in the camera, but I don't see myself close up, so just really, really lightly. So I go really, really light first. I still have some on both fingers. So that way, if I see that I've missed someplace or if I'm especially dark up here in the corners, then I can do a little more there. But I just do tap, tap, tap. I do tap, tap, tap like this to get the body heat to make the texture a little thinner and smoother. And then I do tap, tap, tap on my under eyes that I'm not applying a whole lot. And then I blend. And then if I feel like I need a little bit more, sometimes when I'm blending, I don't get all the way up to the lash line, and I'll have this area right under the lash line that's dark. And sometimes I have especially dark right here if I've not had good rest. That's why when you go into the jar, you don't want to get a lot, because you really don't need a lot. I've done both under eyes now, and I still have left over on my fingers. So the other thing that's important to note about this is that while I think almost every other under eye concealer that I've used was pretty much a pure flesh tone, a fair flesh tone, this really is more on the order of a peach. It's not all the way to peach, but it's also not just flesh tone. There is a peachiness to it, and that will help with the under eye circles. So, with the proviso that you have to be careful how you use it, I would recommend it for those who have dark under eye circles, especially like I don't have it, but I've heard a lot of people talk on YouTube about having like dark purple discoloration up in the corners of the eyes here, and it would be good for that too, I think. Like I said, the most important thing is that you just have to go very, very, very little on your finger and then warm it up, and that will thin it down. Because, I mean, it's called Erase Paste for a reason. It is really, really thick. So, yeah, I would recommend it, and I do think that even though it's 0.15 ounce, which seems compared to most other creams to be very, very small, I think this would last forever and ever and ever because it is so thick and you need to use so little. That is my review of the Benefit Erase Paste. It is not my favorite or my primary under eye concealer. That is the Mally concealer and hydrator, something like that. I've talked about it several times in previous videos, favorites and that type of thing. But this is my secondary. When I'm feeling like my under eye area is looking really good, then I use the mallet because it's very thin and it doesn't give a huge amount of coverage. But it's usually just fine for those good days. But then if I feel like I'm having a bad day where I've got a lot of circles or whatever, then I will pull out the erase paste like I did today. All right, that's it from our review of Benefit Erase Paste. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.